Hello students, today we will do the poem Dust of Snow of class 10th CBSE from the textbook The First Flight. This poem Dust of Snow is written by Robert Frost. Robert Frost was one of the most important American poets of the 20th century. He was born in San Francisco, California, to journalist William Prescott Frost Jr. and Isabel Moody. He was awarded the Congressional Gold Medal in 1960 for his poetic works and also won the Pulitzer Prize 4 times and was asked to deliver a poem at President John F. Kennedy's 1961 inauguration. He died of complications from prostate surgery on January 29, 1963. The central theme of the poem. In the poem Dust of Snow, Robert Frost talks about the importance of small things in our lives. These small things can change the attitude of the people at a large level. In the poem, the poet writes about a crow who shakes off the snow dust. The poet wants the reader to learn from the crow and shake off all the miseries and sadness in the same way. Such small imagery which are present around us have a lot to teach us. These images can change the mood of the people as they did to the poet in the poem. Let's read the poem Dust and Snow. Dust of Snow, written by Robert Frost. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. It was a time of a day of winter. It was snowing all around. A fine of dust of snow had covered the top of the trees. A hemlock tree was standing there. The top of the hemlock tree was all covered with the fine dust of snow. The poet was standing under that hemlock tree. All of a sudden, a crow from nowhere came and perched on the top of the tree. The sudden movement of the crow made the dust of snow fall down. The flakes of snow fell on the poet who was standing under that tree. The arrival of a crow and it sitting on the hemlock tree is just an ordinary happening. There is nothing great about the incident. On the other hand, the crow stands for an ill omen and the hemlock tree is associated with poison. But these simple things of nature, they leave a deep impact on the mind and the mood of the poet. This ordinary incident leaves a deep impact on the poet. So far, it has been very dull and disappointing day for the poet. The day has not gone well for him, but the falling of the flakes and dust of snow on him are welcome signs for the poet. His mood changes for the better and his spirits are uplifted. Now he realizes the whole day has not gone waste. Those moments while he is enjoying the fall of snow dust on him are his happy moments. They lift up his mood and gladden his heart. Now he been spent happily. In that and satisfaction replaces regret. In short, the poet's mood was very sad. He was very upset. He was lonely. He was standing under a hemlock tree. And hemlock tree is a poisonous tree. And crow is also a symbol of negativity, ill omen. He was standing the poet was standing alone under the hemlock tree. He was sad. He was upset. He was upset about some misery, some misfortune, some sorrows of his life. But suddenly, a crow came, and the moment of the crow, the poet found some snowflakes fell down on his body, on his head. This was a very little moment, but this thing uplifted his mood, gladdened his heart. He realized that nothing has ruined. I have something to live. Only a one part of my day has ruined, but the rest day is also I can make my mood. Let's read the poem again. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. Hemlock tree is a poisonous tree. Has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. Now let's read the summary of the poem. In this picture we can see this is the hemlock tree. The hemlock tree is totally covered with snow and the whole area is covered with snow. Let's read the summary. The poem Dust of Snow by Robert Frost is a simple and short poem, yet with a deeper and large meaning. From a bad mood to ill health, there is nothing that cannot be cured by nature. The author was experiencing one such bad day when a crow's movement near a hemlock tree dusted snow upon him. The snow instantly makes him happier. His day gets a lot better. Thus, the supremacy of a nature as a whole made him realize how petty his problem was. The fact that hemlock trees are poisonous, combined with crow being the indicator of doom and fear, are used in the poem as a carriers of happiness in the life of a narrator is ironical. How a hemlock tree that is poisonous and a crow is a symbol of ill omen, how they combine and how they bring happiness to the poet's life, and it was totally ironical for narrator. The poet through these objects had tried to highlight that sometimes creature linked with negative aspects of life can be the bringer of change and happiness in our life. Means, in the end, poet realize and give message to all humanity that whatever bad, ill happened to us, we have to come out of that and never dwell in your past. Forget about sorrows, miseries, and, and think about future. One part of life is miserable, that might be sad, but it doesn't mean that whole life is ruined. Something we related particular things, particular creatures to negativity, to ill, but we don't know how these things, how simple things in our life change our whole life. We can learn lesson from every simple moment, every simple things of our life. We should live our life happily because life is very precious. It's all about our attitude, how we look at things. Life is very precious. Enjoy it and don't waste it. Written by Robert